Hello, and thank you for choosing Danomics. In this video, we'll show you how to set your cutoffs, create a map of the petrophysical properties, and export the results in both LAS and spreadsheet formats. Let's get started. So, to begin, we'll need to come here to our module selection menu and select Cutoffs Interpretation. This brings up the relevant parameters for setting our cutoffs. To set the cutoffs, we use a simple scripting language, and this can be done, once again, either at the default level or zone by zone. To begin, what we'll need to do is type the @ symbol, provide our curve name, in this case VWCL for our volume of wet clay. We'll need to say whether we want this to be, for example, less than or equal to or greater than or equal to the value, and put in the value. So here we're saying we want our volume of wet clay to be less than or equal to 40. Let's say for the Niobrara formation we wish to customize this, instead to be less than or equal to 45% or 0.45. For our net reservoir, once again we may wish to provide custom cutoff values. So we'll say at phi E, which is our effective porosity in this case. We'd like that to be greater than or equal to 6%, so 0.06. We would also like it to meet our gross reservoir criteria, so we'll type and at gross reservoir. And we can do the same for our net pay. So for example, if we want our net pay to be less than or equal to 60%, we just enter less than or equal to 0.60 and at net reservoir. As we do this, we'll see our flags for gross reservoir, and net pay update. To create a map, we'll create on Show Map Property, and we'll select our properties. If you've not yet started a map interpretation, you'll see the Jobs menu open, and your job will go Initializing and Running, and then Finished. Creating the map in the example project will take around 2 minutes. While that's running, we can also download our data both in LAS and spreadsheet format. To do this, we select File, and we can either say Download LAS or Download CPI Summary. Let's begin by downloading the LAS curves. Selecting the option to download LAS will bring up a menu where you have options for if you want to include imported curves, skip curves where all values are null, and where you can select the curves to export. Once you've chosen the curves you want, just hit OK. This will open in the Jobs menu again. And remember, this runs in the background so you can continue working. Next, we'll go File, Download CPI Summary, and it'll ask us if we want to compute and download a summary spreadsheet for our project. Hit OK. Okay, while we have been doing that, we see that our map has finished updating for our welcome project. So we'll hide the Jobs menu by clicking here. So now we can see that our map is displayed. Let's say we want to change the display properties of the map. We can expand out the property render options, and we can choose which color palette we'd like to use, if we would like to invert that color palette, and we can set custom contours. We can also choose whether or not we want to crop the map. In this case, I'll choose to expand it. Now, we have, in this project, we've performed an interpretation of the first the clay volume, and in this video the cutoffs interpretation, and we have now generated a map and downloaded the results. Obviously, in a full project we would go through and we'd perform this interpretation on a module by module basis, performing QC steps along the way. If you would like to do this, please use the links below to navigate to the full interpretation of this example dataset. Thank you and goodbye.